The Nigerian celebrities I'm going to mention in this video have one thing in common, and what is alarming is that most of them lost their only son, and in the same pattern. Now the question is, how did they lose their son, and what is the relationship they have in common that is making them to lose their son in this manner? This question and more is what you will know when you watch this video to the end. But before then, just click on the like button below this video to like this video. So let's get right into the video. At number 1, we have Davido Adeleke, which is the most trending one, like everybody is aware of his own. Unfortunately, on the 1st of November 2022, Davido lost his son Iheme Adeleke. This was the son he had with Chioma Roland, who is now Chioma Adeleke, back in 2019. That was when they gave birth to Iheme Adeleke. When they gave birth to this child, everyone was happy. No one even knew that in 2022, Iheme would be no more. But the scary part of it is how Iheme died and the conspiracy behind how he died. It all started at Iheme's birthday, which was on the 20th of October. While Davido was celebrating his son's birthday in a grand style, there was a video of him teaching his son how to swim, which also surfaced on the internet. During that time, everyone was happy because everyone was like, you are teaching your son how to swim, that's a good thing. But no one knew what was going to happen in the future. It was until the 31st of October where the video that wasn't that famous enough became so famous on the internet, when the news broke out that Davido's son died by drowning in the pool. Quickly, stories started spreading on the internet and people were confused, asking whether it was true or false that Davido's son is dead. But one thing that happened that day was that Davido and Chioma left their son's care in the hands of the nanny and the cook and left for Ibadan for a family gathering. According to what the nanny told the police at the police station when she was questioned about how Iheme drowned, she stated that she was with Iheme during the time and hour that the incident happened, but she then received a phone call and she had to step out to go and answer the phone call. Then the chef was with them, like, they were all together. So when she stepped out, she was thinking that the chef was there with Iheme. Then after answering the phone call, she returned back to where they were staying and couldn't find Iheme and the chef. And she was assuming maybe the chef took Iheme to the kitchen without even confirming whether the chef was actually with Iheme. So a few moments later, the chef came out from the kitchen back to where the nanny was. And the nanny was shocked, like, where is Iheme? Like, how could you leave only Iheme in the kitchen? That's the point that they knew that Iheme were not with any of them. So they began looking for Iheme because the house is a very big one. So they started looking for Iheme all over the house. Iheme is that kind of child that run around and do that hide and seek kind of thing. So they were thinking maybe Iheme was hiding. So they started searching for him in the house. When they couldn't find him in the house, that was when they raised alarm so that every other person in that house will know that Iheme is nowhere to be found. That was when the whole people started searching for Iheme, and the gate man saw the Iheme in the swimming pool where he was drowned. They quickly brought him out of the swimming pool and then took him to the hospital, and that was where the news spread out that Davido's son Iheme Adeleke is dead. At number 2, we have Osita Iheme, aka Apama. Nollywood actor and comedian Osita Iheme, popularly known as Apama, on Tuesday lost his only son Jidenna. The 2-year-old boy, who reportedly passed away in an undisclosed illness in a hospital in Owerri, Imo State, was said to be sick for a very long time now, but on the day he died, he was very sick that he was rushed to the hospital in the morning, and then later in the afternoon, news came out that he is dead. Actually, this guy's son's death happened the same way that Davido's own happened, like few weeks after the boy celebrated his birthday, just like Iheme Adeleke died few weeks after celebrating his own birthday. Another important thing to talk about is that his wife gave birth to a bouncing baby girl sometime in June this year, and the way the guy was spraying money on hospital bed where the wife gave birth, we never knew that coming in November that something terrible like this would happen to his son, and this is so sad. At number 3, we have Uche. This is another Nollywood actor that lost the only son. Like I said earlier, most of these people have the same pattern of losing their child. Uche Ogbodo actually lost his only son and only child to the dreaded sickness of sickle cell anemia in 2017. Actually, the son was 15 years old before he died. Uche Ogbodo had this child with her ex-husband, whom they are now divorced right now. At the time of the death, Uche Ogbodo spoke extensively about the death of her child. In a series of interviews that the actress granted, she stated that it wasn't sickle cell that actually killed her son. Doctors' negligence also contributed in the death of her son. The actress stated that the doctors that treated the child mishandled him, which caused his death. She also stated that Raymond wasn't supposed to die. The actress, who didn't explain exactly how the doctors killed her child, Uche Ogbodo also lamented that her house was without any joy after the loss of her son.
Chimnonso, you were the best gift that God gave to me. And I love you with all my heart, my soul, spirit, and body. Thank you for making the world call me mother. But above all, I want to say thank you for making people to know about Jesus. I bless you. And I know you've gone. I'm totally broken. But I rejoice because you love Jesus with all your soul, spirit, and body. And I also want to use this opportunity to tell everyone out there, every parent, daddy and mommy together, the best gift that you can give to your children is to tell them about Jesus. It's all about Jesus. Thank you so much. God bless you, Mom. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Then the following year, she celebrated his posthumous 16th birthday by donating his clothes as well as some gifts to the orphanage. At his memorial, and not be said, and I quote, "It is not possible to overcome the trauma of losing an only child. It is a scar that will always be there. Forget the powder and lipstick, it is just a cover-up. It's been days and nights of tears." Like I said earlier, Raymond was the only son of the actress with her ex-husband Charles Ekwu. Actually, the couple got married in the year 2000 and the marriage lasted till 2006 before complications began to set in. The marriage began to be a center of controversy when Uche Ogbodo moved out of her matrimonial home and accused her husband of infidelity. That was not all. She also did accuse her husband of other allegations, like sleeping with their maid. As a matter of fact, matters went uncontrollable when Uche Ogbodo dragged her husband to the court, demanding for a divorce and accusing him of sleeping with their maid. Actually, she stated that she caught him sleeping with their housemaid. She also accused her husband of beating her up several times and how he has refused to take care of their son, in spite of the boy's health condition and how she had been the only one fitting for the boy's medical bills and treatment. Eventually, Uche Ogbodo's son died, and when the son died, Uche Ogbodo stated that the boy had gone to meet Jesus, where everybody would go at the end of time. At number 4, we have D'banj. I know most of you know D'banj for making our childhood experience very memorable, and some of you their adulthood experience and youthful experience so memorable with a lot of hit jams ever since his breakthrough. But that's not what we had to talk about today. Today we are talking about how he lost his only son back in 2018. It all began on the 24th June of 2018. A very disheartening news of D'banj's son's death started to spread the internet. Actually, the name of D'banj's only son was Daniel Banjo III, and he turned 1 year old as of May 2018. Daniel reportedly died in a swimming pool at D'banj's home in Lekki, Lagos, just like Davido's son died in the swimming pool at Davido's home in Banana Island, Lagos. Actually, this was the first Nigerian celebrity to lose their son to drowning in Nigeria. Well, much details were not provided about how Daniel's death occurred, unlike that of Davido's son that the nanny and the chef were being questioned. But the D'banj case, the police was indeed involved, and the Lagos State Police Command released a statement stating that a delegation was sent to the singer's home, but no one was found when they got there. However, the officers asked D'banj and the wife to report the death of their son to the police station after mourning the death of their son. The bereaved singer went on Instagram to express his feeling about the demise of his son, stating that, "Trying times, but my God is always and forever faithful. May the soul of Daniel, his son, rest in peace." At number 5, we have Yinka Banjo. Many of you might know the Abeokuta actress Yinka Banjo, aka Say Mama. She's a prominent Yoruba movie actor in Nollywood. In 2017, Yinka Banjo lost her only son, Adetun Lateef. The late Lateef was said to have slumped on the field where he had gone to play football with his friends. He was rushed to the hospital, but he later died. Yinka Banjo's son died at the age of 28. It was a devastating period for the actress, losing her son and her husband in the space of 2 months, which was too much to bear for her. It all started when Yinka Banjo's son went to Lagos to work and was staying in his aunt's place, that is, his mother's sister. 4 months in Lagos, Yinka's sister, whom he was staying with, who also got him the job, told Yinka that Lateef was not feeling fine. She said that she had gotten drugs for him, but he had not improved. So Yinka asked her to bring him back to Abeokuta for proper medical care. When Lateef got back to Abeokuta, Yinka asked his son if the job he was doing in Lagos was too much for him. He said no. According to Yinka, she asked him this because she was wondering how a boy of 28 years old would be suffering from high blood pressure. At the end of the day, Yinka took him to the hospital where he was taken well care of. As the Ramadan period was fast approaching, the doctor warned and told them not to allow him to participate in any fasting at all, that his health wasn't good for fasting. So after all of this, Lateef went back to Lagos. However, reports stated that he didn't fast, but 3 days after, Yinka was called from Lagos that Lateef went to play football and fell down, and he was rushed to the hospital where he later died. When he fell down at the football pitch, they thought that the reason he fell was that he lost stamina, but it was something worse than that. So when he was rushed to the hospital and his BP was checked, it was 260/70. And this was a dangerously abnormal reading from someone of his age. And it wasn't long till he died. According to Yinka, she believed that the son got the sickness from his dad. At number 6, we have Mr. Ibu. I know many of you watching are familiar with the Nigerian popular actor John Okafor, popularly known as Mr. Ibu. But did you guys know that Mr. Ibu once lost one of his sons? Well, this happened back in 2012 when Mr. Ibu lost his 2-year-old son to the gruesome hands of death after a brief illness that lasted for 4 days. It was really a very sad news at the time. And of course, Mr. Ibu, being a private guy out of camera, decided not to make a fuss out of it. He only released few details about the issue when he was interviewed shortly after. The name of Mr. Ibu's late son was Emmanuel Mandela Okafor. There's a lot of death going on in the Nigerian entertainment industry, especially the Nollywood industry. I have a playlist right here. Go check it out to see videos where I talked about the death in the Nollywood movie industry and Nigerian entertainment industry in general. Check it out before this video ends, because if this video ends, it will go away.